Hey there, and welcome to the very first episode of Money Tips Over Coffee. I'm Shantrell, I'm your host, and I am here to bring you all the good, down and dirty, juicy information about your money. And we're going to do it over coffee or tea or whatever other beverage you want to drink. So go ahead, get your beverage, get your pen and paper, and let's talk about it. So I don't know about you, but I am very, very tired of hearing about passive income. I'm tired of hearing about how to make 7 figures, all of that. And so I was wondering, have you ever been late on a car payment? So let me tell you what happened to me. I've been late on a few car payments. So I come out the house. So I'm getting ready for work, okay? And we were doing a carpool. So I was driving and everybody was supposed to ride with me. My roommate and I, we would drop off her son, and then we would go pick up a coworker of ours, and then we would head to the city. So we're getting ready to go. Walk outside. My car is gone. Gone, y'all, gone. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm immediately thinking, somebody done stole my car. Oh my goodness. Da, 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 da. I'm getting ready. I'm calling the police and all the stuff. Police officer said, ma'am, I don't think your car has been stolen. So I think that the police officers, they get some type of list maybe of repossessions or whatever. So he was like, your car has been repoed. I was like, what? Repo for what? Mind you, I was only 1 month behind, or not even, I was only 1 month behind in my car payment. Now, little did I know, I could have called them. I could have said something. Mind you, I'm like, maybe like 20, I think I was 22. So I didn't know that I could have called them and let them know, called them and asked them some questions, any of that. I did not know. So here I am, car's gone. We have no way to get to work. And we're sitting there like, no way to get her son to school, nothing. So actually, no, we had a way. My bad. We had a way. We jumped in her car and went ahead and went. But my car had less gas, right? So the gas was less in my car because it was smaller than hers. So we had to go in her car where that was kind of like a gas guzzler. So anyway, that's why I'm here. I'm going to talk to you guys about late car payments and what you can do before they come and pick it up. First of all, the first thing that you guys can do is call them. So when you know that you're going to be late, or if you know maybe 1 month you don't have the payment, you can always call your loan company and say, hey, you can ask for 2 things. You can ask them for either an extension. So an extension is when they can take the loan. They give you more time to pay the loan. So that could be like a couple of weeks, even the next month. It all depends on the loan company. You can ask them. And what they'll try to do most of the time is take your payment preference. So they'll say, okay, we can, extend it out, but we need to get your information to make that you're going to make the payment from. Put it in the system and have it. Okay, that's one way. Second way, you can ask them to tack the payment. These are the words that you have to use. Can you please tack the payment on the back of my loan? So write that down. Tack the payment on the back of my loan, or put the payment to the back of my loan. What's going to happen here, yes, it's going to increase your loan time by a month because you got to put another month's payment on, okay? It might also increase the amount that you owe because they're going to charge you interest, of course, on that. They also might charge you a late payment fee. So just be prepared for all of that just in case. But my point is, you need to do something so your car is not picked up. You don't want to walk outside like I did and ain't no car, right? So that's very important. The third thing is that you can do, if you own a house, you can definitely try to do a couple of things with your home ownership. You can request a line of credit from your home lender and ask them if you can, pay the car down or pay the car off or whatever the case may be. And or you can consider refinancing your home loan so that you can take the money that you get out of your refinance. And I don't know if right now is a good time for that because the interest rates are going up, but you could take the equity that you have in your home and either pay off your car or pay the car all the way down to where it's manageable. Okay. Another option is to see if you can actually refinance your car loan. So just because you are behind in a payment doesn't necessarily mean that your credit is bad. You might have a great credit, a higher score credit, but just you're running a little late on a payment, or you had to pay something else in order to pay some things down. So maybe you want to talk to your lender about refinancing the loan through them, or you can go to another bank and do a refinance of your loan. I know one that's really good with refinances is Navy Federal. I really like them as a refinance, but just, and this is not supported by them. This is not sponsored by them. I'm just saying they are a good resource for refinancings of loans, and a lot of other credit unions are as well. So that is an option. Also, you can just go to your bank and see if you can refinance it. Okay. And then the fifth option is if you have a credit card with an available balance. Hopefully the available balance is how much your car payment or more than your car payment is. You can take that available balance, and if your car loan accepts credit cards, then you can pay the payment down, right? Or, I know this is a lot of information, you guys. I hope that you have a pen and paper to write all this down. Okay, let me see. Oh, and then you can take that credit card, pay for the car loan, or you can go, if your car loan does not take credit cards, because some places don't take credit cards, you can take that credit card, go get a cash advance at like your local ATM, etc., and then take that money and pay your car loan. So those are a few ways that you can do, few things that you can do to make sure that you're staying on top of your car loan. So the first one was to call and request. So if you got a pen and paper, bring it on out now so I can give it to you again. Number one, call and request an extension. That's extended of payment, extending some time. 2, ask them to tack the loan amount or that month's payment amount on the back of your loan. 3, if you own a house, request an additional line of credit or refinance your home loan to pay down the car loan. 4, refinance your car loan through various banks. Or 5, pay the payment for your car on your credit card, or get a cash advance and pay the car loan down. All right. All right. We talked about how to get it back if it gets repossessed, or if it gets, no, we talked about actually what'll happen, or what you should do if you get behind in your loan payment so you can't get it repossessed, or so it doesn't get repossessed, right? So I gave you 5 different ways. Now let's talk about it getting repossessed. If it gets repossessed, what is repossession? So repossession basically is your loan company sending in a person or another company with a tow truck, or maybe they have the key or whatever, and they come and take your car or vehicle. And then they take it to what is like a tow yard, or a place where they tow a lot of cars, and then it is housed there, right? So that on your credit looks really bad if it goes on there, and it stays on your credit for 7 years. And that's why I gave you all those ways to try to not get your vehicle repossessed, to pay it before it goes on your credit as a repossession. Now, if it actually gets repossessed, you guys, it is sometimes hard to get a new car, depending on your credit score and, how much your income is and all of that. So we want to try to avoid repossessions as much as possible, but sometimes it happens, and if it happens, you cannot kick yourself and kick yourself while you're down. Just like, okay, let me get myself together. Let me figure out my plan here. And try to get it back. If you want the car back, this is what you do. You contact your loan company and you tell them, hey, I see that you guys repossessed my vehicle. So now what do I have to do to get it back? 9 times out of 10, they're going to want you to pay the amount that you owed, plus the amount that you owe for the next month, plus the fees that they paid the repossession people, plus if they towed it to a certain yard, the day-to-day fee for it to stay in that tow yard. So basically, they want to recoup all of their money. They want to get all their money back that they shelled out. Plus, they want to make sure that you paid your payment that you were supposed to pay. And they want to make sure that you're going to pay the payment for the next month that you need to pay, right? So that's what they're going to do. And that's how you're going to get it back. And yeah, that's a lot of money. But you have to think, do I want my vehicle back? And if I want it back, then this is what I'm going to have to do. Right? Okay. Second, if you don't want the car back, like if it's gone and you're like, man, forget that car, I don't even care. I just want my stuff. I just want my stuff out the car. I don't want my car. I just want the stuff. You can contact the loan company and find out where they took your car and find out, and then you contact the place where they took your car and you tell them that you want to come and get your things out of the vehicle, because those are your possessions. They cannot keep them. They can't hold on to them. None of that. They can keep the car, but they can't hold on to your possessions. Even if you decide, okay, I do want to get the car back, but I need more time to figure out how I'm going to get the car back, you can still go and get your stuff out of it. And so I would suggest hurrying up. If it gets repossessed, I would suggest getting down to that place as soon as possible and getting your items out the car, to make sure that you have them. You don't want your stuff, your belongings in the vehicle sitting up in some lot. You don't know if somebody's going to break into the lot. You don't know if somebody's going to break into the car. You don't know anything about that lot. So I would suggest going to get the items out just in case. And also, what if you decide I don't even want the car back? You know what I mean? Because there are ways that you can go get you another loan before that repossession hits your credit. Okay? So that's the other thing I'm going to talk to you about. All right. So again, if they repossess your car, is going to stay, and it gets to your credit report, it's going to stay on your credit for 7 years. Okay? It's very hard to get a new car when you have a repossession on your credit. And you can get it back by calling your loan company, go get it and paying them all this money to get it back. Or you can let them keep it and just go get your items back without getting the vehicle back. There's another thing called voluntary repossession, and that's when you don't even want the car anymore and you're trying to, I did this before too. I decided when I filed bankruptcy or bankrupt, whatever, before I filed, I decided that I didn't want this vehicle anymore. So I contacted them and I was like, hey, come and pick this car up. So when I called them to come and pick the car up, they came and picked it up. And that's called a voluntary repossession. And it went on my credit report as a voluntary possession. And then I was able to put it into my bankruptcy, but that's a whole nother story for another time. But you know, there's ways to get around certain things. And you know, if you want to know more about that, just let me know. You know, write me a little note. You can put it in the comments section. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube, you can put it in the comment section. If you are listening on the podcast on Spotify or all the other podcast locations, you can put a little note in to say that that's something that you want to hear about. Or if you are not able to do any of those, you can always email me at contact@thefinancialspotlight.com asking me to go to do like a podcast on that. Okay. So, let's see. I know, I'm giving a lot of information, but I just want to really share this with people because not everybody knows this. And sometimes we need somebody to give us the details, the down, you know, the ins and outs and some little tips and little secrets and stuff that people don't usually talk about. So I'm just telling you from my experience what happened and how you can come out of it, and hopefully this will help you. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we talked about that. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like, what? Let's see, what did we talk about? Okay, so and we talked about the voluntary and all that. Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you the next part. If you just, like I said before, it's a possibility that you can leave that car there and go get you another one, and go get the other one before that repossession hits your credit, right? So say you have the money for a down payment. Say your credit is okay, but you just kind of got behind, and this company that you have now just decided, oh, we're going to go pick up this vehicle, right? So what you can do is go to the car lot or wherever you're going to, or you can even try to go through your bank or a credit union or any of those places to try to get another car loan. Get a car loan and then leave that car that they repossessed where it is. And then eventually the repossession will hit your credit, but it won't hit it before you have your new car. So that's another way that you can try to do it. You know, you have to think outside the box. Thinking outside of the box will always help you, as long as you're not scared, or think that the world's going to come to an end because you're doing certain things that people don't usually tell you to do, or people, you know, things are not always going to be black and white. There are a lot of gray areas. So let's talk about thinking outside the box, you guys. Okay. So there's a couple of different things that you can do if you really, 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 really need a car and you got the car repossessed, or the car got repossessed. You really need a car. And then you don't have the ability to go to a car lot and buy another car, or you don't have the ability to contact any of the places that sell cars. You don't have the ability to do that, right? The first thing that you can do is rent a car. So, truth be told, I thought about this for a long time. I had, like, when my car did get repossessed that time, it took me a while to get it back. Not that long, not a month or whatever, but like a couple of weeks or so, because I was trying to get the money together. So in that interim time, I just rented a car, because rental car places are not checking your credit. Not all of them anyway. Some of them are allowing you to use your debit cards to pay for a car, or to get a car. Sometimes they want you to put down a deposit, but it goes towards your car rental. So you can go and rent a car. And there's so many different rental car places. There's also like Turo and just different places where you can rent a car that are not as strict as places that ask, oh, we need a credit card, and we got to put $500 deposit down on your card and all that. Every rental car place is not like that. If you search around, you can find a rental car place that will be willing to work with you, and it might not even be that much per day. You might end up, depending on what your monthly car note is, you might end up paying less for a rental car. I'm just saying. Okay, number 2, like I said before, if you own a home, get a home equity line of credit, go and buy a car with that amount, whatever they give you. Go and buy a car outright with that, and then you don't have to have a car payment. So that's another way that you can do it. Third thing is, you can buy a car from one of those places that say buy here, pay here. So there's a lot of different lots in our area. I don't know if they're everywhere all the time, but I know there's a lot in Northern California, a lot of places where you can go to the lot and they are willing to let you pay at the lot. The downfall of those places sometimes is that they want a huge down payment, maybe in the thousands, but then your monthly payment won't be that much, and it won't be for that long. So that's a way to get around the credit thing, because they're not going to look at your credit. They're going to look at how much money you make, and depending on that, and then how much you're willing to put down, depending on those two things, that's their ability to sell you a car. Number 4, you can always do a car share, and car share can be anywhere from like having a car with another person. Maybe the other person works in the daytime and you work at night, or something like that, and you guys both pay to rent the car or use the car or pay for the car. Maybe you're getting it through a different owner, a different person, and you're paying them. So that's another way to do to get a car. Also, as say you're like a carpool driver for your job, and they provide a car for you to carpool, you might be able to go through them, and then say you keep the car at your house, because I know that my mom used to do that. She was a carpooler. She was a carpool driver for her job, and they allowed her to keep the carpool van at home. Well, she was able to use it at her discretion. She didn't have to just use it for carpooling. She could use it for her own personal use as well. And then number 5, and this is like an extra side hustle plus getting the car, Uber and Lyft, and a lot of those places are doing it or have a program where you can get a car through their program. So say you sign up to drive for Lyft or for Uber, you can get a car through their program. And I'm not sure about the stipulations, or if they checking credit and all. I don't really know all that. I can't do all the research for you. You're gonna have to do some research for yourself, okay? But they do like a where they do where you get the car and you drive for them, and then you pay for the car out of the earnings that you make from Uber. Now, what I have heard have some people do is just drive a certain amount of hours for the car and then have the car, but then pay the remaining amount. Like, say the car is $400 a month, right? They drive $200 worth of driving, and so that money that they drove pays $200 towards the car, and then they pay the other $200 out of their pocket. Okay, so I'm saying that to say there are ways for you to take advantage or to be, very proactive and resourceful. There are many, many ways for you to do that. So as long as you take the time, you research, you look for things, you can come out of owing your car payment, getting your car repossessed, a lot of those things. Just because you are coming to the part where you feel like you've been defeated, you're not defeated. You can come out of it. Your financial goals and your things that happen to you every now and then, I know for a fact that you will feel like it is the end of the world. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. You can adjust things. You can make things happen for yourself that are going to be positive if you just take one step at a time. So thank you so much for joining me at the Money Tips Over Coffee. I hope that you learned something from it today. I hope that this was helpful for you. Also, I need to get some reviews, you guys, because this is new. This is the first one, and I really, really, really would love to get some feedback on this episode. Let me know what you think, how it worked out. If there's something I need to change, something I need to add, let me know. I'm open. This is new to me. I'm trying to bring a wealth of information to people, but not so like what do you call it? Black and white. Like, I just want to be able to be open with you guys, share some of my experiences, and hopefully you can learn from them. And then also share some resources that I have found over the years that have helped me, have helped my friends and family, have helped other people that I know, have helped even some of my clients. Share this with your friends and family so that they can get this information, and make sure that you comment. You can make a comment, good or bad. I don't care. I want to know what you think. And also topic ideas. If you have any topic ideas, go ahead and share those with me as well. Like I said, if you're on YouTube listening to this, put it in the comment section. If you're on the Spotify, you should be able to put that like a review in here or notes. And then if you can't do either one of those, go ahead and email me at contact@thefinancialspotlight.com. Thank you so much for joining me. This was so exciting. Bye.